Hi everyone, today we're sitting at the beautiful Intundle Lodge just outside Pretoria, and I've got two awesome gentlemen with me all the way from the Cape Winelands actually, and we've got Joep, who's the GM of Spier, and then we've got Stefan, who's the sales executive there, and today they're going to tell us a little bit more about Spier. Thanks for being here guys, and thanks for bringing some wine.
Yes, there we go, let's cheers.
Cheers, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank
cheers.
you, awesome. Great. So, Stefan, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about Spier. Tell us where you are and what you guys are up to, and yeah, good.
Okay, great. Firstly, Spier is situated about 20 minutes from Cape Town International Airport in the heart of the Stellenbosch Winelands. We have got a large property with a 153-bedroom hotel. We've got 12 conferencing facilities. We've got 3 restaurants, including our hotel restaurant, which is the 4th. We've got various activities on the property, including wine tasting, Segway tours, craft market, eagle encounters, which is great for your corporates and also for your leisure guests.
Okay, amazing. I haven't been to Spier in a number of years. My last trip to Cape Town was actually for work, and I didn't get out to the winelands.
Shame.
But yeah, the times I have been there, it is a shame. You're right, it is a shame. But the times I have been there, Spier is just amazing. Just love the time there. So relaxing, so beautiful, out in the country, beautiful views. Tell us, how is maybe you can tell us, how has COVID affected you guys? What's been your process there at Spier?
Look, I think COVID brought big shifts obviously to our business. With all the facilities that we have, we employ around 487 employees at Spier. And right from the outset, for us, it was important to make sure that we look after them. We've been in a fortunate position where we have kept everybody employed at their full salaries throughout the entire period.
Wow.
And that's partly because the values of the family that owns Spier have driven us to do whatever we need to do to keep the business going. And in part, it's because our business is very segmented. Wine producing, we were able to do exporting in the first lockdown stages when the hotel wasn't operational. Then again, we also had international guests that were still stuck at Spier right in the beginning. So for a month or so, we had international guests staying with us on property. We actually had a small crew of one maintenance guy, a chef, and myself staying on the property for about 30 days. But as the situation progressed, we have basically taken our business and we were just hustling, really. That's what it is.
I think there's so many of us in this industry who through this time have had to hustle, and I mean that's just incredible to hear. And that makes Spier sustainable, right? So
yeah, look, it's the outset was simple. We are not going to retrench. We have all these salaries to pay, and we're going to try and monetize whatever we have. So we started a retail shop where we brought to markets our meat, our eggs, our vegetables from our gardens, from the farm. We did an online shop where we started delivering into Cape Town and into the Winelands area. Then as soon as we were allowed to have some guests on the property, we have obviously one thing that is really great, fresh air, wide open spaces. So very quickly, we had families coming to spend outdoor time with us. I mean, the total farm is about 600 plus hectares. So there's enough space for people to walk around. So before we knew it, in one of the stages, I think it was level 3, we at times would have a couple of hundred people on the farm, but nobody would actually notice because it was all widespread and far out. And I think through that mindset of, we've got these salaries to pay and let's just try and make it work, we really just tried different avenues to really make it work. And I think where we are right now, we've secured a whole buyout deal for the entire hotel up until end of November with a corporate client, where we've created this what is called a bio bubble, where the people that need to stay with us stay there for the full periods, and our team are cycling in. I think we wouldn't have gotten that deal if we weren't as prepared. When the client came through for a site inspection, we had all our COVID compliance in place, but we very quickly moved on from being compliant to not forgetting about the hospitality and actually putting the hospitality back first.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing.
We've been traveling now here, and we've been staying in hotels now. We've been flying, we're going international flights next week, so we are really out there already. And it's amazing to see how many properties are still in this. We have to be compliant. And I'm like, but hold on, where is the guest friendliness?
Yes, absolutely.
So I think that's where we are at now. Since May, June have been operating. We know how the COVID compliance works. We're taking it a step further. I mean, our business cards are on our phones. We don't hand stuff out anymore.
Yeah.
We make our own hand sanitizer. So we've got that part taken care of, and we can really focus back on the guest journey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing. Stefan, let's go back to you. Tell us a little bit more about the innovation around wine during this time, conferencing, and then also if you could touch on what you're doing in terms of marketing for Spier for the future.
Right, so from our wine point of view, we've been very innovative. We've started wine in a can and also brought in our alcohol-free wine product, which is from the wine side. From our conferencing end, we had to think now about the situation we are in with the amount of people allowed in the conference center. So we started looking at virtual conferencing, but then also started looking at hybrid virtual conferencing to allow people to attend still in a small amount of numbers at the actual conference and still have that people interaction part, but then have people be able to dial in remotely from their homes and being able to join this conference. Also, I mean, a similar thing can happen if you have in Johannesburg another hybrid setup and another hybrid setup in Cape Town and join the two together. So it's all about using the technology that's out there and our conferencing experience to bring that together and still being able to do large conferences.
I've actually seen some of the work online, to be honest. I've seen people doing wine tastings with you guys online, where you actually deliver the little tins of wine. I think that's such a beautiful concept.
That's the thing from our side. I mean, because it's a platform and it's technology, but from our side, we need to bring that Spier touch still in. So we need to give people that option that is sitting at home to be able to do a wine tasting with us, or to be able to see our eagle encounters, or just see how a Segway drives around and what it looks like around Spier. So I mean, if you don't get to fully experience it, you still get to see it on a screen.
That's fantastic.
So I think that, and going forward, it's something that will stay with us. Hybrid conferences and virtual conferences. So this product will always keep developing.
Yeah, but it's any kind of production. I mean, we've done a few live shows at Spier, whereby we had a South African comedian, quite a well-known name. Only 50 people allowed in the venue. That doesn't make financial sense. But 6,000 people joined online at a ticket price.
Oh, amazing.
And all of a sudden, financially, it makes sense for all parties involved, because this is a collaboration with some of our partners. And I don't think that we will ever do a live event without it being streamed online as well. And I just want to stress, this is not a Zoom meeting. This is a production. And it's a full-on production. And I think where we have really hit the spot with our partners is that we offer it on a per-person price instead of what you see often now with these live studios. There's one big bulk amount. So whether you do it for 20 people or for 500 people, you're in for a big ticket. And we've been able to find a model whereby it's a per-person price, like you would in the old days have a DCP.
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, I must say, it's just amazing to hear all the wonderful things that you're doing, the fact that you've kept all your staff. I mean, that's really encouraging, and I'm sure that's going to garner a lot of support for you down there in the Cape. Mm-hmm. But we haven't spoken about the marketing.
So, given the circumstances about who is allowed to travel into South Africa and etc., we had to have a look at new markets, and we've identified that our strategy is going into Africa and looking at the African countries to bring them to Cape Town. So it's really marketing Spier and Cape Town as a destination for them to get those business, both leisure business and your corporate business that's out there. I think there's a very large untapped corporate market in Africa, in your larger African countries, that will definitely look at coming out and visiting Southern Africa and South Africa, and let's hope or Stellenbosch Winelands for that matter. We must attract them with the wine offerings, right? But yes, so that's our strategy going forward for now, to get out there from our side to visit those countries and just very aggressively market Spier.
It's so encouraging to hear that you are marketing. I think not just for the Cape, I think for our country, going up into Africa and bringing us business. That's fantastic. Thank you for that. Yeah. So back to you. I know you've done amazing things for your staff, but I've heard that you're doing some work in the community as well. Can you share a little bit of that with us?
Sure. I hope we have a couple of hours. But now I'll keep it brief. Well before COVID, sustainability has been really the driving force behind the farm. It really is why we do what we do at Spier. And COVID hasn't changed anything to that. So well before COVID came around, we launched this umbrella initiative, Growing for Good. And under that, we basically capture all the sustainability and community initiatives that we do at Spier. So every product you buy from Spier, you leave a seed or a bottle, will have a Growing for Good leaf on it. And it tells you that your money that you spend with us is actually going to our communities in our valley. So when COVID came around, that didn't change a single thing to our approach. We've spoken about how we're looking after our team members, but the same goes for our communities. So right in the beginning, we started a soup kitchen, a very large soup kitchen, up to 4,000 liters of soup every week. And we bolstered it up with food parcels that went to families in need in our valley. We've transformed it into something called vegpreneurs. Now, we've always had for many years treepreneurs, which is an initiative whereby local communities plant little seedlings in their gardens, and Spier buys them back through our affiliation with treepreneurs in return for food vouchers or school vouchers. So it was quite simple just to change treepreneurs into vegpreneurs, whereby seedlings or vegetables from our own gardens went into the communities, so people could start growing their own food rather than just being dependent on handouts. And I think that's just one of the examples of how we've been working through this period. And it really is about the drive hasn't changed. Maybe the methods that we apply or how we display that has changed slightly, but the drive to look after our communities in our valley hasn't changed.
Well, guys, I can just say hats off to you. That's an incredible story. For you guys to have come out of this period, saying wonderful things like this, that you've really been there for your staff and for your community. For me, it leaves a really good feeling, and I'm sure it's going to do that for your clients as well. So we're almost at the end of our interview. Maybe you guys just want to round off for us, and we know you're open for business, so you can round it off for us. Tell us what are the main things we have to remember about Spier?
Well, just from my side, from the selling side, definitely that we are completely open. As you said, our hotel is open, our conferencing centres are open, our restaurants are all open, all of our activities are open. So we want the guests to get there. We want people to get to Spier. We want people to come and visit, and I want to show people around. So we are always available to take people around to show them Spier, and also to welcome them for conferences and for stays.
Awesome, fantastic.
Maybe I can just add one thing to that. Yes, we're open for business. That's one thing. I think we're also showing that we're going out there, because there's only one way that the economy is going to get up and going, and that's by going out and spending money. So we are here in Joburg now for 5 days, eating out every single day for lunch and dinner, spending money, taking Uber so that we get an income into the Uber drivers, staying in hotels. Next week we're flying to Rwanda, doing the same story there for 9 days. And I think that's the big message. Yes, the properties are open, but now we need to get out of our Zoom meetings, into our cars, into the planes, and start spending money. Yeah.
Well, really, guys, cheers to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing initiatives, wonderful property. I can't wait to get to Cape Town.
You're
Really,
welcome.
I can't.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So from Intundle Game Lodge, just outside Pretoria, thank you so much for being with us today. And please remember Hospitality Junxtion. You can contact us on info@hospitalityjunxtion.co.za. And we'll probably be back in the next few weeks with another interesting interview.